Hello and a very beautiful Monday, everyone. How was your long weekend? So I hope you guys had a very eventful and exciting long weekend. Welcome back to this week's Market Outlook. My name is Edmund. So we're going to start off the trading week with analysis of what is coming up today for a Monday, 3rd of August 2020. Today's main economic data will be on the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index reports coming out from Europe and also from the US throughout the whole day. So, however, at 2:30 p.m. onwards, we will be starting off the economic calendar results with the Consumer Price Index from Switzerland, followed by the Spain Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index at 3:15 p.m. And it will be followed by the PMI data from Italy, France, and at 3:55 p.m. will be Germany's turn, and at 4 p.m. will be the Eurozone's final manufacturing PMI numbers. And of course, towards 4:30 p.m. will be the final manufacturing PMI numbers from the UK. So again, the theme today will be manufacturing PMI reports. And towards the evening, we will be having again the final manufacturing PMI report from the US. And at 10 p.m., we will be having the Institute for Supply Management Manufacturing PMI again. Okay, so a quick look on the market's expectations for the PMI reports for Spain will be ranging from 52.6 to the ones in Switzerland to be coming in at 50.0. And also other major European economies such as Germany, markets are expecting it to come in at 50.0. And towards the evening session from the US, markets are expecting the numbers to come in at 51.3 and also 53.6. So in terms of market expectations, most of it will range from 50.0 and above, which is a good sign, considering that any reading above 50 is considered as an expansion in manufacturing PMI activities. Okay. However, for the last 2 weeks or so, the economic data coming out from Europe and the US has been a mixed bag of data, half negative and half positive. Okay. So today's session should be in the range of slightly negative data, possibly, okay, or a balance of a mix of both positive and negative. By any means, watch out for the markets at 2 to 4 p.m. again, local Singapore and Malaysia time, and also towards the evening at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. as the manufacturing PMI numbers come out from the US. Okay, so other economic data which was of importance over the last 48 hours or so, the US dollar finally found some support last Friday after opening on a weak note and touching a low of 92.50 levels. And moving on from the US trading session, the US dollar did manage to have a very good recovery, and the support levels at 92.50 was the last major support last seen in May 2018. Okay, so currently the US dollar is having some consolidation. Sentiment is still on a major scale, is still on a bearish scale. However, in the short term for the last market day, the US dollar was having a decent retracement, and it will possibly go into a consolidation phase, trading between a high of here, these levels, okay, a high of 93.65 and towards a support level of here, 93.12. Okay, so that would be the range for the US dollar for today, unless there are some outstanding economic data coming out today, or even unexpected economic or political events happening today. Okay, so that was for the US dollar. Again, the US dollar has been bearish since the 30th of June, and last Friday was overdue consolidation and a mild recovery for the US dollar index. Okay, so over here we can see is the point that the US dollar started to weaken on the 30th of June. Okay, so moving on to other economic events over the last market day. On Friday, last Friday, U.S. personal spending numbers, which accounts for more than 2/3 of U.S. economic activity. The U.S. personal spending data or numbers rose 5.6% in June after jumping a record 8.5% in May. So that is a marginal or a slightly positive sign for the U.S. economy as U.S. consumer spending rose by 5.6%. On last Friday also, the U.S. equity markets was initially moving down with the S&P 500 pushing down for most of the UK and also the US trading sessions. However, towards the late trading hours of the US market session at about 20 plus 5, this 25, which is 1 a.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, the S&P 500 managed to rebound, led by technology stocks such as Apple, Facebook, and Google. Okay, so it managed to stage a very strong rebound towards the closing sessions of last Friday, bouncing up from 3,222 levels all the way to a high of 3,278 levels. Okay, so this was a rise of about 55 points on the S&P 500. Okay, so so in terms of economic events and data, this was what has occurred for the last market day, and of course this is what we would be expecting for today's economic calendar. Okay, so let's have a quick look and see on the US dollar index again and how the other major currencies such as the UK pound traded on last Friday. Okay, so this is again the US dollar index. The US dollar index measures whether the US dollar was strengthening or was weakening. Okay, so for last Friday, as early as 1000 hours, if you're in Singapore, Malaysia, you need to add 5 hours to this. 10 plus 5 is 15. This is at 3 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. We do see the US dollar strengthening throughout the market trading session. Okay, so being so, we do see also the UK pound finally having some retracement or profit taking. This was at 1700. Is later on during the US trading session at 17 plus 5, 22 is 10 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. The UK pound touches a high of here 1.31. I would say it's about 1.3170. Okay, towards the top here, 1.3170, and it moves down for the next remaining hours of the trading session to a low of 1.3070. So the UK pound moved down about 95 pips, okay, for the US trading session on last Friday. Currently, it's still a bit quiet, pretty much similar to the US dollar index, pending the UK market trading session to come into play at about 2 to 4 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. And of course, also looking forward to the US market trading session as it comes into play from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so this was for the UK pound. The euro dollar also saw a more direct correlation or a more direct inverse relation to the US dollar. Okay, as the US dollar was going up at 3 p.m., US dollar strengthening, we see a more direct correlation with the euro dollar also moving down, weakening against the US dollar at 10 plus 5. This is 3 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time. Okay, couldn't get past, and it started to move down from 1.1900 all the way to a low of 1.1763. Okay, so this was a 137 pip movement down. Again, a very nice opportunity to take a 30 or 40 pip profit for last Friday. Okay, so the range for the UK pound will currently be supporting at these levels of 1.3081 and also being supported by this dynamic bullish trend line. So if it does break this level, we are looking for it to go to the next support levels of 1.3030, which is about 60 pips to the downside. And if it does move up again, we are looking for it to come towards this dip again, which is about 1.3160 levels, which is another 70 pips to the upside. Okay, so pretty much similar story for the euro dollar. Current support levels is at 1.1744, and current immediate high would be at 1.1794. Okay, so there is only about from the current price, it's only about 20 pips to the upside and also 20 pips to the downside. Okay, moving on to gold prices. Gold prices has been consolidating on at the highest levels, and even this morning it touched a high of 1,988 before pulling back down about 17 US dollars, and is currently trading at about 1,970 $3 US. So this morning also we had opportunity to catch a movement of about 13 US dollars for the Asian trading session. Currently again, gold prices has gone quiet, and to the downside we are looking towards the support levels of 1,967, which is only about $7 to the downside, and to the upside again we are looking at a resistance of 1,983. Okay, so it's about $10 to the upside and $7 to the downside. Silver prices has gone quiet, consolidating within a range of $24.60 and the immediate support of $23.99. Again, towards the downside, we are looking at $23.19, which is about $1.08 away. And towards the upside, we are looking at a resistance over here of $24.86, which is about 56 cents to the upside. Okay, so most of the commodities has gone a bit quiet, consolidating at their respective levels for gold, for silver, and also for oil prices. Okay, so oil prices was mostly consolidating on last Friday, moving down about 75 cents and then pushing back up again another 75 cents. Okay, again it's gone quiet. I guess compared to last Monday and last Tuesday, the market started with a bang, with gold prices moving up during the Asian trading sessions. However, for this particular week, we can see that markets are starting on a more gentle note, okay, being very quiet at the moment. So we will need to wait for later on in the afternoon or during the evening session, when more economic data and more activities are expected. Okay, so well, let's start the trading week on a very positive note. And for the moment, markets are not moving yet. Let us wait for the markets to react later on today, and then we will see how we can respond to it either tomorrow or during the active market hours. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great trading day, and I will see you again for a quick on the next update tomorrow. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.